And hello and welcome everyone to the channel. My name is Kevin Tate. Today I will be going over setting a ratio or Brix on a fountain soda machine. And a lot of times you'll have to take these measurements because usually customers will complain about the product being too weak or too strong. And a lot of times the best thing to do is go ahead and make sure that the ratios are correct on the soda machine between the water and the syrup. So this is something that you will do often out in the field, and I just wanted to share this overview with you. So to check the water and syrup flow rate, you will need a syrup separator. Right over here where you see the red arrows, going up. This is your syrup separator right here for those that aren't familiar. And the syrup separator, it's like an S shape and it has two rubber grommets on it on the end. The white one is supposed to go up into the nozzle and it fits onto the nozzle. So you would install this syrup separator with the white connector up and slightly rotate it so that it seats in on the aerator. Um, Initially activate the valve to fill the syrup separator with syrup. So you're kind of like purging that syrup separator to get some syrup in there already. Okay, and that's how you would activate the syrup separator. And you're going to get some water out, so you would use your be sure to use your Brix cup underneath that syrup separator, which that'll be coming up soon. This will doing this purge first to get syrup into that separator. That will prevent false readings. Okay, the black connector is for the older legacy SF1 valves, and down here at the bottom, see if I can highlight it for you. That right there is the part number for that syrup separator, by the way. So hopefully you can take that down and see if you can, if you need it, you can order it and order it, should be able to order it together with the measuring cup, the Brix cup, which you see right down here. This is your Brix cup. You see you have a wider section. That's where your water is going to pour into, and then you have the smaller sections. They have different ones. They're made by Coke, and they have different versions of them, but they're still pretty much the same sizes and stuff. So you'll have like the smaller sections will be like 4.75 or the another section will be 5.1 or 5.2, and you would be able to go from there as far as whatever you're going to be measuring. So to check the ratio, dispense a sample into the correct compartments. That's what I was talking about with the large compartment and then the smaller compartments. So you're going to want to dispense product into those chosen compartments. The large portion of the cup, the Brix cup, is for water, and the smaller chambers are for specific syrup ratios. So once you dispense this initial product into the cup, you want to compare the levels of water and syrup at the meniscus of the liquid. And these are a few versions of what you will see. You're going to take a visual look at the water and syrup level in the cup. And let's start from the left here. Too much syrup. As you see, this is the syrup on the brown side here. This is your water, which is blue. and you can see the syrup is a little higher than the water. So that's a little too much syrup. And turn your syrup screw counterclockwise to decrease your level of syrup. Next, you'll have too little syrup. As you can see, the blue is a little above the brown right here. So what you would do is you would turn your adjusting screw for your syrup clockwise. So clockwise to increase the syrup, counterclockwise to decrease the syrup. And on the last picture here, it's just right. You see they're even, and that's what you want when you do the bricks. You want to get those where they're even. So you there's no need for adjusting on these right here. Set the water flow 2.5 ounces per second first. These are just some steps for being able to take your bricks. Um, and you should note that you can dispense for 4 seconds, targeting 10 ounces. So you can clock that measurement to count down from 4 seconds and then stop the water flow and then see if you're getting 10 ounces in 4 seconds. Or it'll break down to 2.5 ounces per second. Once the water flow is set, only adjust the syrup flow to obtain your proper brick. So once you get that syrup level at the 10 ounces per 4 seconds, that's when you want to go ahead, and from there, if you need to adjust your bricks, you're going to only adjust that syrup screw on the right side, okay, as you see in the image over here. So once you set that water level, you don't need to adjust it anymore. You're going to adjust everything from your syrup side. Then you'll want to check the flow rates using the syrup separator and adjust as needed. And again, when you adjust, you're going to be only adjusting the syrup side. And then next, you will want to observe the water is on the left and the syrup is on the right. As you can see, the water is on the left, the syrup is on the right. So sometimes you can forget or get mixed up, and you're adjusting the water, and then you're not going to see the changes that you need, the proper changes. And on the Vipers, this is opposite. On the Viper units, the water is on the right and the syrup is on the left. So just remember to keep this in mind, that on most of the soda machines, you're going to have the water on the left and the syrup on the right. And then just the note that they have down here is rotating the flow controls clockwise increases flow, and the counterclockwise decreases flow, which I mentioned to you earlier. So um, taking your breaks is mainly about paying attention to your adjustments that you need to make, and you should have no problem with that. And a thing to note also is if you run into a jam where you may not have the measuring cup, or you may um, not have something, be sure to note it down in your work ticket that you weren't able to adjust the bricks on it, because if there is a callback or something, at least that would be in the description where someone else could read it and go ahead and adjust the bricks. You never really want to put down that you adjusted the bricks if you're just doing it by taste, because everyone has different taste levels. So, um, if you're just doing it by taste or you're doing it by eye, it's best to just note it down that the bricks was not set, so that someone could set it properly using these methods that we just went over. And that's all I have right now. I thank you all for joining me today. I appreciate you. See you on the next one.